Hello everyone, it's me, Anthony, back with a new video for TonyAnima projects. That's right, we are here with a new video with Unity 3D. That's right. And in case you guys are familiar with, I usually work a little with Unity after the last videos showing you the aircraft simulation minigame inspiring War Thunder and Isle to Sturmovik, and another one inspiring COD and Left 4 Dead, COD or Call of Duty, the zombie mode, or Black Ops Zombies. But before these two projects, I was working with a minigame inspiring Age of Mythology, Age of Empire, Warcraft 3, StarCraft, and any other RTS game. RTS is real-time strategy. The first time that I presented this mini project was in my first YouTube channel dedicated for gaming content, the TonyTorius. In case you don't know, the first channel that I started my content on in YouTube was TonyTorius. But due to some personal things, I avoided to share that content on my 3D development projects like TonyAnima projects. I decided to move that 3D content, Unity, to that content, to that YouTube channel, leaving my gaming channel for only games. So I decided to split my content between TonyTorius and TonyAnima projects. Well, without further ado, I'm going to show you what I did. This one has been the first project I started after seeing my brother making some things just for fun. I decided to go after some YouTube videos on how to create a mini game, highlighting the RTS games like Age of Empires, Age of Mythology, Warcraft 3, StarCraft, Armies of Hexus, or any other game. So what I got here is the town hall, or the town center, as you prefer, but I decided to call it town hall because of Warcraft. And we got the lumber camp, or lumber mill, the farms, the mining camp, this windmill, and this barracks, and some resources like the gold mine, the stone mine, or gold deposit, stone deposit, trees, these crystal formation, and these trees. These trees were made with Unity 3D tools, the berry bushes, and we got the villager, the soldier, the pikeman, all made in Minecraft style. All made in Blender, but with the exception of the barracks and the mill. I still got the old models for the barracks, made with 3ds Max. At first I was working on the project with 3ds Max from Autodesk. I also got the lumber camp. Pretty simple and pretty low quality, or low poly as you prefer. The mill, the mining camp, and I also got the town center. Also pretty simple and pretty low poly and low quality. And don't mind the artistic skills, because I was young at that time when I was working on the project, and I didn't have a good artistic skills for 3D modeling. I also got the old version of the gold mine. Pretty simple. The iron mine, and the silver mine. Also pretty simple and pretty low quality and low poly. Berry bushes, also made with 3ds Max, also pretty simple. And yeah. Wow, I also have the original models with Unity models, like the cube, this cube for the mill, the lumber camp. This one was a remade version made in Blender. Now it's looking pretty nice and pretty cool. Also got the farm. Also, most in the recent models like these, buildings and the resources and the units are now made in Blender. Now with better 3D artistic skills, now I plan to change some things to update the project. And I'm going to show you how this is looking in the test mode. Alright, so we got here with the town center now. If I select it with a drag mouse one selection and drag it, you can see there is a projector marker surrounding the building. Don't mind if it is passing through. And also I can select the villager. I got the options of building anything like the town center, the farm, the lumber camp, the mining camp. This one is the crystal depot, or to store the collected crystals to the building, but they are sharing the same icon from the mining camp. And I also got the barracks, but at the moment they are using a primitive cube by the scripts. Well, I'll show you later what I did based on the tutorials. I'll click on mask. I cancel to order the villager to build it. I can select multiple villagers. For the time being, I don't have the option of selecting one unit by clicking mouse one. I tried, but there was some minor issues, but I need to fix it. I also got the soldier, or the footman, or the swordsman, the pikeman, the gold mine, the mill, and the mining camp, the farm, the barracks. For the time being, the barracks and the town hall are not programmed to train units. The lumber camp, the gold mine, the gold deposits, the stone deposits, the berry bushes, the crystal formation, and the trees. Another interesting thing. After the second video that I uploaded to TonyTorius, I added a minimap for showing the encampment, the base, and the resources around the area. But for the time being, this is a big map, but I have to make some adjustments to show all the content from the entire area instead of only the base. Now let's select the villager. If I go to the berry bush, for the time, initially I plan to add the main resources from the Age of Empires and the Age of Mythology, like gold, wood, and food, but I decided to change some things. Instead of food, wood, and gold, I decided to go for wood, gold, stone, and crystal. So, food is no longer a resource that I'm going to ask the villagers to collect and give it and deliver it to the mill or to the town center. I decided to change to something inspiring Warcraft 3 and Armies of Hexago. Although the Armies of Hexago, the main resources are wood and gold and gems. In case you don't know, Armies of Hexago is an RTS game from the 2008, inspired in Warcraft 3 as well, where you play as the Empire, or the humans along the elves and dwarves, the beasts or the beastmen, where you play, and the Fallen. The Fallen is composed by dark creatures and shadowy creatures and dark elves. Well, if I go to order the villager to collect stone, well, don't mind if he is floating. Later he's going back to the plane. I'm going to ask the villagers to collect gold here, and this one collect crystal, and this one collect gold here, this one collect wood here, and this one collect wood here. Another interesting thing, I added this this button showing the time, and as you can see, the shadows are moving changing direction. That's because the directional light is changing rotation, so I gave it a night-day cycle for the minigame, something inspired in Warcraft 3. Well, as you can see, the villager that collected the stone is going to deliver it to the town center or the town hall, and these two villagers are going to deliver gold collected from the deposits to the town center. Pretty nice, huh? So they're going to order him to go next to the crystal, and this pikeman next to that tree, or almost. Another interesting thing, at first the villagers were moving, but without rotating to the main point. Whenever I order him to go to any place or to collect resources. Well, let's go and change thing. I'm going to ask him to stop. I'm going to ask him to build this crystal depot. I click on the crystal mining camp, or the crystal storage center, or yeah, something like that, and I place it on the main plane, or on the ground, in order to build it next to the crystal. I'm going to do the same by asking this villager to build this mining camp next to the gold deposit. And for this villager, I'm going to ask him to build a lumber camp next to those trees. Well, I'm going to ask him to collect crystal from this area, and let's see how it goes. Well, as you can see now, it's nighttime. And alright, he's collecting crystal and delivering to this new deposit. Let's see about same thing. I'm going to ask him to do that to this gold deposit. Let's see how it goes. And he's delivering gold to the new mining camp. And same thing, this villager is going to deliver it to the new building. For the time being, it's not showing the projector, but I have to to change some things in the script in order to avoid some errors, because when I tried to select it, it appeared a no error. Let's see how it goes. Alright. He's collecting wood from this tree and going to deliver it to the new lumber camp. And this villager is going to deliver it to the town center. I'm going to do the same for it. I'm going to add this mining camp next to those stones. One interesting thing, my brother assisted me making the smoke by particle systems for this mining camp. Looks good. Who knows, in the future I may do some changes for the minigame. Instead of going by these cubes, by these simple objects, or cylinder, sphere, or any other 3D object, I'm going to change it to load the models or the prefabs for the mining camp, the town hall, the lumber camp, the barracks, the farms, or any other building. Wait, and another thing, they don't have any animation like the animation for mining gold, stone, or crystal, or chopping wood from the trees, or building, or moving. For the time being, I'm still working some things, and I need to learn some things in order to update the model, to update the minigame. Looks nice, the crystal is glowing, while the stone surrounding it is still receiving less lighting. Well, let's go. And don't mind if it's showing these warnings, because they are saying that the component type storage building found on color assembly, consider replacing with Unity engine debug, blah da da da. Well, it's going to clear it. It's not very concerning, but I'm going to show you what I did. In case you want to know, one of the main channels that I've been following on YouTube for gaming for RTS tutorial games is, although it's pretty old nowadays, but there are some things that you can still learn how to develop. And one of the channels that I've been following is Guto Thomas, but the channel went to a hiatus for a long time without sharing any new content. And the day and night cycle is based on a tutorial found on, what's the name again? Games Indie. And these are the scripts that I made. Let me show you, for example, the day-night. At first, the day-night cycle has been made using JavaScript, but I have to find an alternative to convert from JavaScript to C#. So, in case you understand programming, so for every line written to programming the directional light to illuminate the the scenario. Click here. Oh, wait. For example, here, and then the day-night cycle now. The duration of day is in minutes is set to 20, and the current time is set to 10 hours. So, what exactly it does? Well, in short, what this does, it controls the time, and when it reaches to 360, it resets to 0, and it starts all over. It starts rotating until it reaches the original pose. Now let's go. The main script for all units from buildings and unities is this one, where it gives you the option of projector. I made some minor changes in order to negate the errors of null. When I try to select any object without a projector, it appears an error that any object doesn't have a projector, and the game stops working. And I added a projector for any unit building that is attached to the base unit according to its scripts. Same thing for the resources, the construction, the camera control for the main camera. In the future, I need to figure out in case I plan to make a multiplayer version instead of a single player, where I can add another player to play the mini game. Where I can give the options for a main camera for the respective player. But I'm pretty sure that it's possible to change the tag by year or by year. But I need to learn a little bit more. And the mini camera is this one. Like I said, I need to change some things in order to make the minimap camera to visualize the entire world instead of in a specific spot like this one. The building placer is an empty object where I created for allowing the villagers to place the buildings to a predetermined spot, like I have shown you in the game testing mode. The building plate, and it is using a building placer. Which is all related to the building placement, where you click on the icon and you like, for example, going to build a town hall next to the gold mine, the resources, and other components. I click on the button and it would give you the option, give you a predetermined building according to the specifications, and you're going to move it around in order to select a proper place or proper spot in order to order the villager to build it. And then it selects the ID from the building. And after you order the villager to build it, the predetermined building would be destroyed, and it's going to build the same one But instead, like in the StarCraft, when you select a command center and it's all painted in green, glowing green, or a Protoss gateway glowing light blue, or a Zerg hatchery glowing purple. After when the worker is going to the building placement spot, it would be materialized, as I would say it. Well, enough of that. And the resources are related to this one, the resource route. Like I said, initially it would be food, gold, and wood, but I changed it to gold, wood, stone, and crystal. The idea is, and gold would be the main resource, is extracted from gold deposits. Wood would be extracted from woods, from trees. The stone from stone deposits, and the crystal from the crystal formation. The crystal would be used for training magical units or researching some magical spells along with gold, or training mystical creatures like in Age of Empire and Age of Mythology, when you have wood, gold, food, and favor. Favor is obtained by, well, according to any factions, like for example the Greeks, when you order the villagers to go to the temple and pray for God's favors. The Egyptians by constructing monuments, the Norse by combat and training herseers, the Atlantean before the Age of Mythology retold, they acquired favor from town centers, but now in the retold version they generate favor from the oracles, and they're the Chinese, but the Chinese, they obtain favor. If they didn't change on the retold, I think they obtain it by houses. But hey, back to the minigame. The crystal would be used for training mystical creatures, and spellcasters, and researching magical spells or magical upgrades. Gold would be the main resource for training most of the units. Building structures would be used for building structures along the stone. Stone would be more used for building walls, towers, and siege weapons. Wood would be used for training archers, the pikemen, and other specific units. While gold would be the main resource for almost everything. And also back here for the resources. I gave the option for making the units to extract the resources that is left for that deposit and deliver to the main buildings, which the buildings use this script, the storage building, which it accepts that specific resource, like for example the mining camp that receives stone and gold, or lumber camp that receives wood, the crystal deposit center for the crystals, and the town hall for all of them. And the unit controller. And also, let's change one thing. When you go to resources, there's these XML files, which is the whole library for the buildings, for the units. Like for example, these buildings info and characters info. And the characters that currently that are present for the minigame are the villager, the soldier, the pikeman. The building's info is the town hall, the farm, lumber camp, mining camp, crystal depot, and the barracks. In the future, I'm going to remove the mill, because after that I removed the food option, the berry bushes and the mill kinda became obsolete, or I plan to give a non-big role, like a prop or dodo. And yeah, in the future I plan to remodel the mill, but like I said, it would be used as a prop for the main game, so no big functions for it. But back to the buildings info. Like for example, the town hall, it's using this amount of resources, like for example, gold 450, wood 350, stone 100, crystal 0. Description of it is the main structure that receives resources, train villagers, and advance ages. I'm not sure if I plan to add the option of advancing from age 1 to age 2, like in Age of Mythology, or I'm going to change it like something similar to Warcraft 3, when I go to upgrade the town hall to keep, or then the castle, or for the orcs like the Great Hall, then the Stronghold, and finally the Fortress. When I go to upgrade it from that structure to the next level, I unlock the other options like building, for example, for the orcs that I have in Warcraft 3, the Beastery, the Spirit Lounge, and the option of train catapults or demolishers from the barracks, train another hero, or go to research the tier 2 weapons and armor for the units, and so on. The images is selecting the icon that I made, like for example, if I go here, the icon I made with the junction of Blender rendered images and the GIMP 2 for making this rectangular line. In the future, I'm going to do the same for the pikeman, the villager, the soldier. Looks pretty cool. But in the future, I'm not sure if I plan to change the character from Minecraft style to a proper 3D model like in nowadays. But there's nothing that holds me from selecting Minecraft style for minigames. But sometimes, according to preferences and all things, some things may fit, others may not, but like I said, it's all according to preferences. In the future, like I said, I'm going to change the barracks front icon that I made in the past from the time I was working on the minigame inspired in Dragons from Mega Bloks. But then, due to some things that I make to prefer to avoid some copyright infringements or anything like that, I'm going to change to something close to what I plan to do. And yeah, since I made it based on Age of Empires, I'm going to do something that it's not in order to avoid, not going to make anything so closely related or a copy from this style for the barracks. I may use it as inspiration, but I plan to do something in the future close to what I plan to do according to sketches and other things. same thing for the resources, the crystal, the gold, the stone. Pretty cool, right? And in the future I plan to add the animations for the units. I'm still working on it on Blender. And let's see, in the future, when all things are looking good, and I'm going to, in the future, and instead, like I was saying, yeah, based on the buildings placer, instead of going to create primitive, I'm going to select the 3D models. I was trying to use the addressables in order to select, instead of inside from the resources paste, the resources folder now. I'm going to select the models like from the icons here, like the buildings, the units, and the resources, instead to load the information, the icons inside this folder instead of this one. But there are some issues that appear that I need to undo what I did. I need to learn how to work properly with addressables in order to make the scripts to load inside this one instead of this one. And also for the back to the scripts and for the unit controller. This one is responsible for selecting the building to construct a building. Oh, sorry. This one is for the selection rectangle. And where is it? No, it's on the villager. No, it's on the base unit. No, not this one. Gosh. There, mobile unit. Yeah, this one. And this is the script that the line that I added for building the options. As you can see here, it's only selecting the icons when it is attached to the resources folder. In the future, I plan to change it to only load by addressables assets. But like I said, minorish, considerable number of errors appeared, but I need to figure out how to use addressables properly. But then, that would be for another time. And the Excel parser, it reads all the information from the buildings info and the characters info by these scripts. Like it's loading the information from resources, the name, the ID, the image, description, model, available on, level, HP for hit point, or the health for the building or the unit, and so on. So this is basically what I did for the minigame. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and any tips and comments to assist me for making it looking good or better. It's always open to assist me in the development for this minigame and share it on the internet. Well, in the future, I plan to add more units, more buildings, and later on the factions. Like the idea for this minigame is adding the aside from the humans, I'm going to add the dwarves, the elves, the dark elves, orcs, naga, the Argolian. Argolian would be the lizard man the demons, the undead, and probably some of my music items. Well, that's it. That's it what I can show you. I hope you enjoyed, and give a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and if you really enjoyed it, add it to your favorite playlists. And if you're new to my channel, go please click on the subscribe button for joining me for more new content, and ring the bell button for new notifications. And if you did enjoy it, please tell me in the comments the reason for the dislike. I may try to do something better in the future. Okay, and don't forget to leave a comment and share it to your social media. Well, that's it that I can show you, and I'll be back with a new video when I can. Alright, see y'all next time. Before I conclude this video, I'm going to give you a brief note. Most of my 3D projects and modules are available on my social medias like Sketchfab and ArtStation. You will find most of my modules made on Blender and other 3D programs, mainly on Blender. You will find them on Sketchfab, with the majority of them being shared through ArtStation, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter or X, and also Bluesky. If you enjoy my content and what you wish to visualize my modules, please click on the links down in the description and you will find my content outside YouTube. It would assist me a lot to follow me on these medias and give a thumbs up and comment on future projects for 3D aircraft, vehicles, tanks, firearms, characters, and buildings, and other projects apart from these main topics. And also, don't forget to visit my Blogspot, where I share most of my work in progress images from Blender to Unity 3D, and my literary works, TonyAnima projects, Tony Gaming projects, and Anthony B. Arnone literary works. Alright, I hope you enjoy my content outside YouTube.